Oh, hey, Mikey. Draken chuckled and looked around before leaning on the wall, crossing his arms. What are you doing here? I thought you were busy today. He spoke, looking at the smaller fellow.
Mikey glanced up at Dracon when he spoke. He hadn't even noticed him when he had gotten there. He turned slightly to face Dracon and shrugged a bit, placing his arms behind his back in his usual casual fashion. I was busy, Mikey said simply, as if that would explain it all. He glanced at the doors of the school, watching for students to walk out.
Draken leaned against the wall next to him. Glancing down at him, he noticed how he seemed to be looking for something, or someone. Are you waiting for someone, Mikey? He asked, crossing his arms and looking at him with a raised eyebrow.
Mikey glanced at Dracon out of the corner of his eye, keeping an eye out on the door for any sign of the person he was looking for. He shrugged a bit, not really sure how to answer
Draken
Draken's
noticed how
question
Mikey
at
glanced
first.
at him and
Yeah,
knew
I'm waiting for
something was
someone,
up. He
he
pushed
said,
himself
answering
off the wall
simply,
and
without
stood in
giving
front of
much
Mikey,
details. He
blocking his
glanced at
view.
the door
You
and then
can't
back
just
at
ignore
Draken,
my question. Tell me
before
what's
looking at
up,
the concrete
he
beneath his
said in a
feet.
stern tone, looking down at him.
Mikey glanced up at Draken again as he spoke. He could sense the concern in Draken's tone and gave a small hum in response. Why is it a concern? Mikey questioned, as he slowly started to get bored by the lack of entertainment happening right now.
Draken folded his arms, looking at him for a moment. It's a concern because you're standing here like you're waiting for someone, and you're being more quiet than usual. He raised his eyebrows at him. You only get like this if something's bugging you.
Mikey paused and looked away from Draken for a moment. He seemed almost embarrassed that Draken could read him so well. He huffed, before looking back at Draken with a bit of an annoyed expression on his face. It's nothing. Don't worry about it, he said. He seemed embarrassed to admit that he was in fact thinking about someone.
Draken could definitely tell that Mikey was hiding something. It clearly isn't nothing, especially if you're being all quiet. Come on, you can tell me. He said, his arms still folded as he looked down at him. He was curious about who Mikey was waiting for, and why it seemed to make him so embarrassed.
Mikey groaned as he looked up at Draken with an expression that said, "Do I have to say it?" He was embarrassed to admit to who he was thinking about, and he really didn't want to admit it to someone as observant as Draken. You really want to know? He questioned, his arms crossed over his chest defensively.
Draken nodded, his gaze unwavering. Yes, I really want to know. Who could possibly make you act like this? Come on, spit it out. He leaned back against the wall, still looking at Mikey curiously.
Mikey huffed again. He hated the fact that he couldn't keep anything from Draken. He really was too observant. He was silent for a moment before finally speaking. A girl. He said he was almost whispering, as if he didn't want anyone to hear what he just said.
Draken quirked an eyebrow at Mikey's response. A girl, huh? No wonder you were so embarrassed. He chuckled. And who exactly is this girl that's got you tongue-tied?
Mikey couldn't believe he was saying this, and he felt so embarrassed and vulnerable saying it. His eyes darted around, making sure no one was around. He groaned again, before looking up at Draken and answering his question. Asa, he reluctantly said, his cheeks going a soft shade of pink at the sound of her name.
Draken couldn't help but chuckle once more, as Mikey begrudgingly revealed the girl's identity. So her name is Awesome, huh? He jested, a grin appearing on his face. She's really gotten to you, huh? And now you're hiding here, all embarrassed. Draken grinned, raising an eyebrow. Hey, I'm not the one blushing like a tomato just talking about this girl. He leaned back against the wall, amused at how flustered Mikey was at the mere mention of her. Draken chuckled at Mikey's retort, a
Mikey
smirk on
continued
his
to
face.
glare at
You're
Draken's
welcome.
amused expression, feeling himself get more and more irritable as time went by. "Stop smirking at me like that," he said, still trying to appear angry at the situation. Mikey groaned again. He was embarrassed, irritated, and overall annoyed at the whole situation. Here he was, standing out in public, with his friend, who was making fun of him for the person he liked. "You better not tell anyone, all right? Or else I will murder you," he threatened jokingly.
Draken chuckled, hands raised in mock surrender. All right, I won't tell a soul. Your secret's safe with me, he said, trying but failing to bite back a smirk. But this is a first, you know. The great Mikey, the invincible leader, brought down by just a single girl. I never thought I'd see the day, he teased, relishing in the fact that Mikey was getting so worked up.
Mikey flinched internally at Draken's words. He knew he was right. The invincible Mikey, the leader of the Tokyo Manji gang, was reduced to a lovesick fool by just one girl. "Shut up! I'm not brought down. I'm just..." Mikey struggled to find the right words to say. He was embarrassed and frustrated, and overall irritated at himself for having someone make him feel this way.
Draken continued to smirk, loving how flustered and irritated Mikey was getting. Oh, come on now. You're definitely brought down. Admit it. You're all worked up just because of some girl. He teased, his voice filled with amusement. And here I thought you were immune to feelings like that. But apparently, love had other plans for you. Who knew, right? Draken chuckled again, unable to contain his amusement at the situation. Draken smiled, his expression softening a bit. But seriously, I won't tell anyone, he reassured him. I'm just messing with you, obviously. But it's refreshing to see this side of you. You're usually so tough and strong, so it's nice to see you get all flustered like this. He chuckled, clearly enjoying the sight of a love-struck Mikey.
Mikey groaned again. He hated the fact that Draken was right all along. He had been acting like a lovesick fool, and it was embarrassing. He rubbed his hands over his face in frustration before mumbling a response. "You're enjoying this, aren't you? Seeing me all embarrassed like this?" Mikey huffed as he dropped his hands and looked up at Draken, his cheeks turning a soft shade of pink again.
Draken laughed good-naturedly. Yeah, I won't lie. It's pretty damn funny seeing you all flustered and embarrassed. It's not every day you get to see the invincible Mikey blushing over some girl. He grinned and leaned against the wall, crossing his arms. But hey, I get it. She must be pretty special if she has you all distracted like this. Draken chuckled again, enjoying how worked
Mikey
up
rolled
Mikey
his
was
eyes
getting.
at Draken's
So
response,
tell me about her.
but he knew that
What's
he
so
was
special
right.
about her that she's got you
Awesome.
all tongue-tied? He teased, enjoying the opportunity to tease Mikey like this. Is she pretty? Smart? Funny?
Mikey flushed as Draken continued to tease him, and the questions didn't help it either. He shifted nervously as he thought about her and answered Draken. "She's all of that. Pretty, smart, and funny. But it's also the subtle things, you know? Like when she smiles, or when she laughs, or when she looks at me." Mikey's voice trailed off as his thoughts filled with Asa.
Draken smirked at the answer, thoroughly enjoying seeing Mikey this flustered. Subtle things, huh? Sounds like you've really got it bad for her. He studied Mikey for a moment, noticing how his voice trailed off as he lost himself in thoughts of her. Damn, man. I've never seen you like this before. You're pretty much smitten, aren't you?
Mikey's cheeks grew a little more red at Draken's comment. He shifted again before shoving his hands in his pockets and mumbling a response. "I might be." He said he couldn't believe he was admitting this aloud, especially to Draken. But it was true. He was completely smitten for Asa. She had totally captured his heart.
Draken couldn't help but chuckle at Mikey's admission. Might be? Come on, man, you're practically head over heels for this girl. He leaned against the wall, a smirk on his face. I don't think I've ever seen you so smitten before. It's kind of adorable, but also kind of scary. I don't know if I should be concerned or amused. Draken chuckled at Mikey's response. Oh, don't worry, I'm definitely going to be amused. Watching you like this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. He then smirked, leaning closer to Mikey. But seriously, you can't just say you're smitten and leave it at that. Spill the details, man. When did this all start? What exactly is it about her that has you so hooked?
Mikey huffed and rolled his eyes at Draken's words. He wanted to stay irritated, but he found himself unable to do so. All right. But you better not make fun of me for this, okay? He said, looking at Draken with a serious expression. He took a deep breath before continuing to speak. It all started a couple months ago. I met her during a gang fight, and after that, I just couldn't get her out of my head.
Draken raised an eyebrow,
Mikey
interested
looked
in the
away as he
story.
continued to
So,
speak,
you met
his
her
mind
during a
wandering
gang
back to
fight,
the
and it was
memories he
love
had
at
of
first
Asa.
sight, huh? Sounds
And the
like
more
this.
time I spent with her, the more I realized how special she was. She was intelligent, funny, and damn was she smart, too. Her smile, her eyes, her laugh, everything about her just drew me in more and more. Mikey let out a heavy sigh before continuing to speak, and now here I am, standing here like some lovesick fool just waiting to see her again.
Draken listened intently to Mikey's words, a small smile appearing on his face. Damn, you've really got it bad for this girl, don't you? He chuckled, genuinely amused by how smitten Mikey was. You're usually so rough and tough, and here you are swooning over some girl because of her intelligence, her looks, and her laugh. Kinda cute seeing the invincible Mikey acting like this.
Mikey huffed again, his cheeks reddening at Draken's words. He hated that he was acting this way, but he couldn't help it. The thought of Asa just made him feel weak in the knees. Shut up, all right? Don't call me cute or adorable or anything like that. I'm still the invincible Mikey, all right? He said, trying to appear.
Draken chuckled at Mikey's attempt to maintain his tough demeanor. All right, I'll stop making fun of you. For now. But come on, you have to admit you're acting pretty adorable right now. He smirked and looked at Mikey, amused by his flustered state. But no matter how many times you say you're still the invincible Mikey, currently a lovesick fool, standing here waiting to see this girl.
Mikey was grateful for the change in subject. Yeah, you're right. It's been a while since we had a good gang war. We should definitely start something up. Let's find a good target and start some chaos. You down for it?
Draken smirked, his eyes sparkling at the prospect of a gang fight. Hell yeah, I'm down. It's been boring lately. I'm itching to get into a good fight. He pushed himself off the wall and cracked his knuckles. What about the Valhalla? They've been causing trouble lately. Could be a good target. Draken raised an eyebrow, intrigued. Stronger? You have anyone in mind? Draken's eyes gleamed with anticipation. The strongest gang, huh? Sounds challenging. I like it. He thought for a moment, racking his brain for any strong gangs in the area. How about the Black Dragons? They've been pretty active lately, and I've heard they've got some tough fighters.
Mikey nodded, his smile growing wider at Draken's suggestion. The Black Dragons were definitely a strong gang. They had a reputation for being tough and dangerous. The Black Dragons, huh? I've heard about them too. They're definitely a powerful gang, and if we can take them down, it'll show everyone who's really in charge.
Draken returned Mikey's smile, equally excited about the challenge. Exactly. Beating them would be a statement. Plus, it'd be a hell of a good fight. I can already tell it's gonna get intense, but I think we can handle them. We've faced tougher opponents before, right?
Mikey chuckled, his excitement growing with every word. You're damn right. We've taken on tougher opponents before and come out on top. We can definitely handle the Black Dragons. It'll be a hell of a fight, but I can feel it. We're gonna win.
Draken grinned, feeling a surge of adrenaline coursing through his veins. That's the spirit. We're on the same wavelength here, Mike. We've got this. We've taken on tough opponents before, and we'll do it again. Beating the Black Dragons will be a legendary feat. Let's show them who's boss.
Mikey nodded, his eyes full of determination. Damn right, we're gonna show them who's boss. Let's gather up the gang and plan our attack. We'll make those Black Dragons regret ever messing with us.
Draken chuckled at Mikey's eagerness. It was contagious. Hell yeah, let's do it. We'll rally up our gang, strategize, and attack. The Black Dragons won't know what hit them. And when we're done with them, they'll be begging for mercy.
Mikey chuckled as well, feeling the adrenaline pumping through his veins. He was excited and ready for the upcoming fight. We'll show them no mercy. We'll teach them a lesson they'll never forget. They'll regret ever messing with us. And when it's all done, they'll bow down before us, recognizing us as the true power in this city. Mikey nodded in
Draken
agreement.
smirked at the thought.
Let's do this.
Oh, they'll
We're gonna make the
definitely
Black
regret
Dragons
messing with us.
shiver in their
We'll
boots.
show them what true strength looks like. And once we're done with them, they'll be begging for mercy. They'll realize they messed with the wrong gang. The gang that will rule this city.
Mikey chuckled, his voice full of confidence.
Taiju takes a
They'll
few
learn
steps
the hard
towards
way
you,
who the
getting very
strongest gang
close
in
to
this city is. They'll know what true power
Taiju
looks like.
grabs you by the
and they'll
collar and
regret
brings your
ever
face
thinking they
very
could
close
mess
to
with
his.
us.
Are you looking to get punched, brat?
Draken chuckled, not intimidated in the slightest by Mikey's sudden move. Oh, am I supposed to be scared? He said with a smirk. You wouldn't actually hit me, would you, Mikey?
Taiju's hand
Mikey
trembles with
chuckled
anger.
and smirked back at Draken. Who said I was gonna hit you, huh? I could just mess up your hair or something. Who knows, Mikey joked.
Draken smirked at Taiju's reaction. It was clear that he had hit a nerve. What's the matter? Can't handle a little teasing? He taunted.
Taiju clenched his fists
Taiju
tightly,
scowled at
and his
Drakon,
facial
his face
expression
reddening with
changed
anger.
radically.
Watch
He
your
was
mouth.
beyond furious at the other members' lack of fear and mockery. Watch your mouth, you bastard, or you'll regret every word that comes out of it.
Draken chuckled at Taiju's reaction, finding humor in his anger. Oh, so you're resorting to threats now. How adorable. He taunted, not intimidated in the slightest by Taiju's display of anger.
Taiju's patience was at
Taiju's
its limit,
face grew even more
and
red
seeing the
as
other boy
Drakon
continue to
continued to
provoke and
taunt him.
insult him without
You
any
better
signs
shut
of
your mouth
fear
before I shut
was
it for
pushing
you,
him over the
smartass.
edge. You're looking for death, huh? I'll wipe that little smirk off your face in a second.
Draken's smirk widened, finding enjoyment in Taiju's growing anger. You think you can scare me with empty threats? Go on then, try it. He taunted, baiting Taiju further.
Taiju
Taiju's
clenched
eyes
his
narrowed
fists even
furiously as he
tighter
clenched
until they
his
were
fists.
trembling. He was
You
at
really
his
have
limit.
a death wish, don't you?
You want to test
I
me,
can't
huh?
wait to wipe
Don't
that
say I
smirk
didn't
off your
warn you.
face.
Draken chuckled at Taiju's words, his taunting smirk still present. Oh, so you're going to wet the spirit in my face, huh? That's a new one. Do you always try to sound tough by making nonsensical threats?
Taiju's face turns red with anger.
Taiju's
The
irritation
other guy's
grew with
mocking
every
tone
word
and
that
smirk
came.
were making him even more furious. Watch your mouth, you bastard, Taiju snapped. Who do you think you are to treat me like this and provoke me? You're asking to get your face smashed in.
Draken's smirk remained unchanged, unfazed by Taiju's threats. I'm just having a little fun, don't get your panties in a twist. And let's be real, you don't scare me. You're just all bark and no bite.
Taiju's anger grew to new heights with those words. He gritted his teeth and clenched his fists so tightly that his knuckles turned white. You bastard, you're really testing my patience. Keep talking like that, and I'll show you what a real bite feels like.
Draken chuckled again, relishing in Taiju's growing anger. Oh, you're about to show me what a real bite feels like, huh? Go ahead. I'd like to see you try. I've dealt with plenty of big talkers like you before, and you're all the same.
Taiju couldn't stand the other members' mockery any longer. He was about to explode. He was so furious that red veins popped out of his neck and his face turned crimson. I'll wipe that smirk off your face. I'm going to crush you, you bastard. Taiju's anger
chuckled once
flared up
more,
even more
not the
as
least
the other
bit
boy
intimidated
continued
by
to mock and
Taiju's
provoke
enraged
him.
state.
You're
Oh,
playing
you're
with-
going to wipe the smirk off my face, huh? I'm trembling with fear. Really, Taiju? When are you going to realize all this bravado isn't going to do anything besides make you look foolish? But go ahead, try and hit me. I'd love to see you try and fail.
Taiju's anger reached its peak. He couldn't handle the other members' mockery and provocations. Enough. I'll make you eat those words, you bastard. He raised his fist and was about to strike him with all his might.
Draken's smirk
Drakon
remained
smirked at
unchanged
Taiju's
as he
command.
stood defiantly in front
You're
of
welcome to
Taiju.
try, Big Mouth.
Go ahead then, big
I've
talker.
dealt with bigger
I'm
and
right
stronger
here.
people than you.
Let's see if
Bring
you
it
can
on.
land a hit.
If
He
you
couldn't
think you can
believe what
handle it.
happened. He was humiliated. How the hell did you do that?
Draken
Taiju
chuckled,
gritted his
unable to
teeth at
contain his
Drakon's-
amusement at Taiju's failed attempt to hit him. What's wrong, Taiju? All that talk and you can't land a single punch? How disappointing.
Taiju's face was red and hot with anger and embarrassment. You got lucky. That's all it was. Just a coincidence.
Draken chuckled again, his smirk growing. Lucky? You really think I need luck to avoid your slow-ass punches? Come on, Taiju, give me a break. You're about as threatening as a puppy.
Taiju's face
Draken
turned even
continued
more
to
red
smile,
with anger.
enjoying his victory
Damn you.
against Taiju.
How dare you
You can
humiliate
go
me
on
like
all you want
this.
about how I got
I'll
lucky,
make you pay, you
but deep
bastard.
down you know the truth. You're just not as tough as you like to pretend to be. So stop wasting your breath and my time.
Taiju couldn't stand Draken's words. They hit him deep. He tried to hide his true feelings and keep up his intimidating facade. Shut up. You don't know anything about me.
Draken chuckled at Taiju's response, seeing how his words got to him. Oh, but I do know something about you, Taiju. I know that all this tough guy act is nothing but a facade. You're just trying to hide your insecurities behind threats and empty bravado.
Taiju clenched his fists tightly, refusing to acknowledge that Draken may be right. He hated that he saw through his facade. Shut up. You don't know anything about me. I'm not insecure. I'm the leader of Black Dragon. I have nothing to prove to you.
Draken smirked at Taiju's fierce defensive response. Oh, really? You're the leader of the Black Dragons, huh? And yet, you're getting so riled up over some harmless taunting. Does that really sound like the behavior of a true leader? Or someone who needs to continuously prove themselves?
Taiju's frustration grew even more. His anger was at its peak. Damn you. You think you know everything, don't you? I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm the leader because I'm strong, not because I'm insecure.
Draken chuckled at Taiju's continued defensiveness. Strong, huh? You've got a funny way of showing it. Getting all worked up over a few words doesn't exactly scream confidence to me. But hey, if you want to keep up this tough guy act, be my guest. I'm enjoying watching you try to convince yourself that you're not insecure.
Taiju's face was red with rage. He clenched his fists even tighter and his whole body trembled. I'm not insecure. I'm the leader of Black Dragon. I've earned that position with my own hands. No one can question my strength. I'm not insecure. I'm not trying to prove anything, he repeated to himself, trying to convince himself that what Draken was saying was wrong.
Draken chuckled once more, enjoying seeing Taiju's continued struggle to maintain his facade. You keep saying that, but your actions speak differently. If you were truly confident in your strength and leadership, you wouldn't be so reactive. You wouldn't feel the need to constantly repeat it, trying to convince yourself. But go on. Keep repeating yourself if it helps you sleep at night. Draken smirked at Taiju's repeated statement, finding it amusing. You're welcome, I guess. But really, there's no need to keep repeating yourself. I get the picture. You're the leader of the Black Dragons, tough as nails, and absolutely not insecure.
Taiju's frustration continued to grow. He knew that Draken was mocking and making fun of him, and it was making him angrier and angrier. Shut up! Just shut up! You don't know anything about me! You don't know the things I've been through. You have no right to say I'm insecure.
Draken chuckled once more, finding amusement in Taiju's obvious anger. Oh, I don't know anything about you, do I? I think I know enough. You're defensive, easily provoked, and constantly trying to prove yourself. Sounds pretty insecure to me.
Taiju's facial expression darkened even more at Draken's words. He clenched his fists so tightly that his knuckles turned white. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea what I went through to become the leader of Black Dragon. You have no idea the things I had to sacrifice. I'm not insecure. I'm just tired of people underestimating me and questioning my strength.
Draken smirked, enjoying the effect his words had on Taiju. Oh, I have a pretty good idea of what it took for you to become the leader of the Black Dragons. But that doesn't change the fact that you seem very insecure. You clearly get worked up when people question you or underestimate you. A confident leader wouldn't get so defensive.
Taiju gritted his teeth and clenched his fists so tightly that he was starting to hurt himself. Damn you! Shut up! You think you're so smart, don't you? You think you have me figured out, don't you? Well, you're wrong. I'm not insecure. I'm strong. I earned my position as the leader of Black Dragon, and no one, absolutely no one, can question my strength.
Draken chuckled at Taiju's continued desperate attempts to deny his insecurities. You keep repeating that, yet you continue to get worked up over my words. A truly strong person wouldn't feel the need to constantly prove themselves. But hey, if repeating that mantra helps you feel better, then go ahead.
Taiju's patience had run out. He couldn't stand Draken's mockery any longer. You want proof of my strength? I'll show you. You'll see how wrong you are about me. He lunged forward, intending to punch Draken.
Draken, having anticipated the attack, easily evaded the incoming punch. Whoa there, easy big guy. You think a predictable punch like that is going to prove anything? He smirked, clearly unaffected by the failed attempt.
Taiju's missed punch only increased his anger. He immediately tried to throw another one, but once more, Draken easily dodged it. Damn you! Stop dodging my attacks, you coward!
Draken chuckled, finding humor in Taiju's repeated failed attempts. Oh, calling me a coward now, because I'm smart enough to dodge your predictable punches. That's rich. Maybe try something a little less obvious if you're really trying to prove something. Draken continued to easily avoid Taiju's predictable attacks, each punch failing to land. He couldn't help but chuckle at Taiju's lack of technique and the latter's growing frustration. You call yourself the leader of the Black Dragons? Your punches are slower than a turtle.
Taiju's anger continued to mount with each failed attempt to hit Draken. The more he tried, the more his moves became sloppy and predictable. Damn you! Stop dodging! Stop taunting me! Stop mocking me! He tried one last time, throwing an even more predictable punch.
Draken once again effortlessly dodged the incoming punch, this time sidestepping and watching as Taiju stumbled and lost his balance for a moment. He shook his head, chuckling at Taiju's predictable movement. Seriously, Taiju? You're really not improving your chances here. Maybe it's time to try something different, big guy.
Taiju stumbled for a moment after his failed punch, further frustrated and angered by Draken's continued mockery. He clenched his fists tightly and gritted his teeth, his face red and hot with anger. Damn you! Are you enjoying this? Seeing me struggle to hit you.
Draken chuckled, enjoying the effect his taunting had on Taiju. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm having a blast watching you struggle. It's quite entertaining to see someone who thinks he's so tough fail this miserably.
Taiju's face reddened even more at Draken's mocking words. He couldn't stand the fact that he was being made a fool of. You bastard! I'll make you pay for this! He lunged forward again, determined to hit Draken this time. But as before, Draken easily dodged his attack.
Draken chuckled again, finding Taiju's attempts to hit him increasingly amusing. You know, at this rate, I think I'll be dodging your punches in my sleep. You're so predictable, it's almost too easy.
Taiju's frustration continued to mount with each failure to hit Draken. His anger and frustration made him throw more and more sloppy punches. Damn it! Why won't you stay still and let me hit you? You're driving me crazy.
Draken couldn't help but smirk at Taiju's growing frustration. Why would I make it easy for you and let you hit me? That would take all the fun out of this. Plus...
Taiju was getting tired of Draken's never-ending mockery and dodging. He was at
As
his...
Taiju continued to...
Taiju clenched his fist. Taiju raises an eyebrow, slightly taken aback by Draken's unexpected proposition. A rap battle? You want to have a rap battle with me? Right now?
Draken nods, a confident smirk on his face. Yeah, why not? I think it would be a fun way to settle this little disagreement. I have a feeling I can out-rap you without breaking a sweat.
Taiju clenched his fists once more, his competitiveness and determination rising. You think you can out-rap me, huh? Fine. Let's see what you've got. I won't go easy on you, so prepare yourself.
Draken chuckled, his confidence unwavering. Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way, big guy. I look forward to showing you just how outclassed you are. Let's get started then.
Taiju takes a deep breath, focusing all his energy and attention on the upcoming rap battle. Alright, I'll start. Let's see what you've got, Draken.
Draken grins, ready for the challenge. Oh, I've got plenty more than you think, Tiger Boy. Your rhymes are all just talk, my flow's sick. You think you can out-rap me, you're kidding yourself. I'll leave you speechless and shell-shocked.
Taiju's competitiveness and determination increase seeing Draken's confidence. You think your rhymes will make me cringe? Your flow's weak compared to mine. I'm the king of this game, and I'll make you cower. Your words are just empty noise, and I'll destroy them all.
Draken smirks, enjoying the banter between them. King, huh? More like a wannabe tyrant. Your rhymes are basic, your words are weak. I'll dismantle your flow, leave you in disbelief. I'm the master of this craft, so face the truth. You're out of your depths.
Taiju's competitive spirit continues to grow, fueled by Draken's words. You think you're the master. You're nothing but a wannabe. I'll tear through your rhymes like it's my prey. You're all talk and no action, just a poser in disguise. I'll show you who's truly the best, and it ain't you.
Draken grins, his confidence undeterred by Taiju's words. Posers? You're the king of them all. Your rhymes are generic, your flow's stale. I've battled better and won, so trust me, man, you can't beat me. I'll make you look like a fool, leaving you in awe, as I take this competition with ease. You talk big, but it's all just a cover. I'll expose your lack of skill, leaving you bitter and sore.
Taiju's determination intensifies as he listens to Draken's words, refusing to back down. You think you've battled better? You're mistaken. I'm the real deal, unmatched in this game. You talk about exposing my lack of skills, but you're the one who's hiding behind rhymes. Your confidence is nothing but an act, a facade to hide your true fear.
Draken grins again, not backing down. Hiding behind rhymes? Nah, man, I embrace them. My rhymes are authentic. My flows are clean. I've been in this game for years and have no fear. You're just all talk and no substance, trying to act tough behind your rhymes. But when it comes down to it, you'll crumble like soft clay in my hands. I've faced tougher opponents and always come out on top. You're just another wannabe gangster, thinking he's a star. But I'll show you. You're nothing more than a fraud.
Taiju's determination becomes even stronger as he listens to Draken's insults, refusing to back down. You call yourself authentic, but your raps are just smoke. Your flows may be clean, but they lack depth. I've been in this game longer than you think, and I'm not scared of your threats. You talk about facing tougher opponents, but have you faced me yet? I'm a force to be reckoned with. And I won't... Draken laughs mockingly at Taiju's statement. You're still trying to
Draken
talk tough,
chuckles, amused by Taiju's continued attempts to assert. Draken chuckles, enjoying the banter. Sure, let's do this. I've got bars for days, and I'm not holding back.
Taiju smirks, his determination showing no signs of weakening. Bring it on, then.
Draken
I'm ready for your
smirks, his
so-called
confidence
bars.
unwavering.
Let's see
Go
how
ahead,
long you
bring
can
your best
last
lines.
before you run out of
Let's
gas.
see if you can keep up with my flow.
Taiju's confidence remains steady, despite Draken's taunts. Don't underestimate me. I can keep up.
Draken nods, game for the challenge. All right then, sounds fair. Let's do this. 100 health each, winner takes all.
Taiju nods, accepting the challenge without batting an eye. You're on, 100 health each. Loser admits defeat. I'm not backing down, so prepare yourself.
Draken grins, ready to battle. You bet I'm accepting this challenge. No backing down here either. 100 health each. The loser admits defeat. Let's do this. Let's see who comes on top.
Taiju smirks, feeling more confident than ever. Good, because I don't plan on losing. You're going to regret accepting this challenge. I'll show you what it means to face a true gangster.
Draken grins back, equally confident in his own skills. Oh, I'm not concerned about regretting this challenge. You're the one who's going to be left in awe after I wipe the floor with you. Don't underestimate me. I've dealt with my fair share of wannabe gangsters before. You'll learn soon enough the difference between talk and action.
Taiju chuckles, unimpressed by Draken's arrogant demeanor. You may have dealt with
Draken
wannabe
smirks,
gangsters
seeing
before,
Taiju's slight
but I'm
surprise.
the real deal.
Impressed, are you?
Don't
I
underestimate
told you I'm
me
not
either.
just any
I
ordinary
have more
foe.
experience
You
and
wanted a
skill than you
challenge,
could
and you
ever
got
imagine.
one. Don't get
You'll be
complacent
singing
now.
a different tune once I've put you in your place.
Draken chuckles, unfazed by Taiju's claim. Oh, really? You think you can put me in my place? I've faced tougher opponents before, and they all failed. You may think you're different, but I'm not going to falter that
Taiju's
easily.
smile widens, his determination burning brighter than ever. Oh, I know I'm different from those you've fought before. I have an unparalleled sense of pride and determination that you've never seen before. Don't compare me to those weaklings you've beaten in the past. I'm here to show you what true strength and skill look like. Taiju's determination remains unwavering, his confidence unshaken. You may have faced tough opponents, but you've never gone up against me. I have a reputation for a reason. I've put countless gangsters like you in their place. You may think you can beat me, but don't be so sure. I'll make you eat your words.
Draken grins, enjoying the intense spirit of the battle. Oh, you have a reputation, hmm? Well, I've got one too. And I've built it up on the backs of countless opponents, some of them more formidable than you. You think you're going to be the one to shatter it? Think again. Draken can't help but chuckle at Taiju's continued confidence. Oh, the confidence is admirable, I'll give you that. But you're not the first person to think they're the best, and can't be beaten. I've heard your type before, making grand claims about your strength and reputation. But in the end, all talk means nothing if you can't back it up. You may have put others in their place before, but I guarantee you, you're in for a surprise when it comes to me.
Taiju's competitive spirit ignites with Draken's response. You think you can match my reputation, huh? Well, I've earned it through sheer skill and determination. I've taken down tougher opponents than you, and proved myself time and time again. You may think I'm all talk, but I can back up my claims with actions. You're in for a shock when you realize you're facing no ordinary gangster.
Draken's smirk widens, unfazed by Taiju's words. Oh, I don't think I can match your reputation, I know I can. I've earned my own respect through my own hard work and skill. I've taken down my fair share of tough opponents as well. So don't think you're the first one I've faced. Words mean nothing unless you can walk the talk. So go ahead, show me your actions. Let's see if your skills truly match your big talk.
Taiju's eyes narrow as he prepares himself for the battle. You're all talk, just like every other opponent I've faced. But I'll show you what happens when you challenge me. My actions speak louder than words. Don't underestimate me. I'm about to prove why my reputation is well-deserved.
Draken's smirk remains as he readies himself for the battle. Talk is cheap, but actions speak loudest, as they say. It's easy to claim you're the best, but it's another thing to back it up. I'm not underestimating you. If anything, I'm eagerly waiting for you to prove why you have that big reputation of yours. So go ahead, show me what you've got. I'm ready for whatever you throw at me.
Taiju smirks, feeling pumped and ready to begin. You're going to witness my skills firsthand, whether you like it or not. I'll show you that I'm not just boasting when I claim to be the best. You may think you're ready, but you have no idea what's coming your way.
Draken grins, fueled by Taiju's confidence. You're certainly brimming with confidence, I'll give you that. But let me tell you something. Just because you claim to be the best, doesn't mean you truly are. I'm ready for whatever skills you have up your sleeves. If you want to prove yourself, then come at me with everything you've got.
Oh, don't worry. I plan to prove myself beyond any doubt. I'll show you that my claim isn't just empty bravado. You're in for a rude awakening when you witness my skills firsthand.
Draken smirks, his confidence unwavering. I'm not worried. I've faced plenty of confident opponents who claim to be the best, and they all ended up eating their words. Go ahead and prove your worth, but make it count. I'm not going to go down easily.
Taiju chuckles, amused by Draken's confidence. Oh, I wouldn't count on me being like those opponents you've faced in the past. I'm a force to be reckoned with, and I'll make you realize the difference between false bravado and real prowess.
Draken smirks, still undeterred by Taiju's words. You may think you're different, but I've heard that before. I've seen plenty of tough talkers, but when it comes down to it, they all fall short. But by all means, show me your skills. Let's see if you can truly back up your claims of being a real force to be reckoned with.
Taiju grins menacingly, his excitement growing. You may have encountered tough talkers before, but I guarantee you, I'm not like them. I'm not just going to talk the talk. I'm going to walk the walk. Get ready for the surprise of your life.
Draken laughs, unfazed by Taiju's menacing demeanor. Oh, please, I've heard it all before. Big talks, menacing grins. But talk is cheap without actions to back it up. So go ahead, surprise me if you can. I'm prepared for whatever you throw at me.
Taiju smirks confidently, his eyes burning with determination. You may say talk is cheap, but I have the skills to back up every word I say. You're about to learn the hard way that I'm not just empty bravado. Get ready to be shocked by what I can do.
Draken sneers, his confidence remaining unshaken. Oh, I'm sure you do. Every tough guy I've faced has claimed the same thing. But words are worthless unless you can show me the skills you so confidently claim to possess. Go ahead, try and shock me. I'll be waiting right here.
Taiju chuckles, his smirk growing more intense. You may think I'm just another tough guy with empty words, but you're underestimating me. I've got the skills to back up my claims, and I'll prove it to you right here.
Greetings
Right
from the
now.
future, assisting you in the present.
Taiju raises an
Hey there,
eyebrow,
sunshine.
clearly unimpressed
Ready
by
to
Drakon's gibberish.
Hello, Earthling.
What kind of
Having some
nonsense are you spouting?
Hi! Ready
You
for a
think you
splash
can
of laughter
confuse
and
me with
waves
that
of fun
meaningless
stories?
banter? It's not going to work.
Join me in discovering the extraordinary in the ordinary.
Taiju
Howdy,
rolls his
partner.
eyes,
Here to
his
laugh for your
annoyance growing with
Ready
each
to
passing
sparkle?
moment.
I'm here to add some
Enough
shine.
with the nonsense.
Good day.
Let's get
Here
on
to
with the
make life
battle. I'm
Join me in
tired of your
conversations
childish attempts to
Good day.
distract me.
Here to Hello. Here to add a spark of joy to your day.
Greeting from the future.
Ready to dive into...
Hello, Stargazer.
Excuse me, but I think you dropped something. My
Taiju's
jaw.
annoyance turns
Greetings
into
from
anger
the
as
future,
Drakon insults
assisting
him.
you in
What
the
did you
present.
call me? Taiju growls,
Hey there,
his eyes
sunshine.
narrowing.
Hello, Earthling.
Hi! Ready for a splash of laughter and wave... Hi! Ready for a splash...
Despite Taiju's rising anger, he tries to keep his composure. Enough with the useless remarks.
Peace! That's a strange greeting.
Draken raises an
Takemichi said,
eyebrow at
tilting his
Taiju's
head
sudden
slightly.
outburst, amused by his momentary loss of composure. Whoa, someone's getting riled up. Did my
Takemichi.
little taunts get under your skin? Draken's smirk grows bigger as he notices Taiju's rising anger. He knew just how to annoy him. Oh, what's the matter? Losing your cool already? Can't handle the banter? He taunted. Draken looked over at Takemichi, chuckling at his surprise. Oh, he showed up to prove that he's the best. Don't ask me why he thought he had a chance.
Takemichi raised an eyebrow at his statement. The best, you say? And who is this guy?
Draken smirked, finding humor in the situation. This guy's name's Taiju, and he thinks he's the toughest one around. Claims he has skills and all that nonsense.
Takemichi's eyes widened in surprise and curiosity. Skills, huh? Well, he certainly doesn't look that strong.
Draken chuckled, amused at Takemichi's reaction. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But he's been going on and on about how he's the strongest gangster around and all that. Figured I'd humor him and give him a chance to prove it. But so far it's all empty talk.
He chuckled and crossed his arms. So just the usual big talk then? That's what most people who claim to be the strongest are like. They're all bark, no bite.
Draken nodded, agreeing with Takemichi's assessment. Yep, pretty much. It's always the same story. They talk a big game, but when it comes down to it, they can't back it up. But hey, I figured I'd let him say his piece for now. Who knows? Maybe there's a tiny chance he actually has some skills.
Takemichi chuckled again. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he can actually back up his boast, but I doubt it. Most of these guys are all talk. They don't know the first thing about actually fighting. Maybe he'll surprise me, though.
Draken smirked, still unconvinced by Taiju's earlier claims. Oh, I doubt it. He's been all bark so far. But hey, maybe he'll surprise us both. Either way, it'll be entertaining to see him try.
Takemichi turned his attention to Taiju, looking him up and down. So, you really think you're the toughest guy around, huh?
Taiju scoffs, his confidence unwavering. I don't just think it, I know it. I've proven my toughness time and
Takemichi
time
raised an
again.
eyebrow. So
I'm the real
what?
deal,
You gonna prove?
and you're about to find out firsthand.
Takemichi
Taiju grins.
chuckled and stepped forward. Is that so? Then come at me. Show me what you've got.
Taiju smirks, his eyes locked onto Drekon. Oh, you're about to see what I'm capable
Takemichi
of.
got into a fighting stance, waiting for Taiju to make the first move. Takemichi.
Draken gave Takamichi a quick summary of the situation. This guy, Taiju, showed up out of nowhere, claiming he's the toughest gangster around. He challenged me to a fight to prove his strength. I figured I'd humor him and play along, for now.
"Oh hey, Hawkeye, long time no see," he said, looking at him as he continued to sew, before looking back at his sewing machine. "Need something?" "Hey there, ready to turn your day from meh to marvelous?"
Hello, Earthling.
Welcome.
Hey there.
Welcome.
"Hey there." "Oh, this?" he said, gesturing towards his car in the garage. "Ah, well, some engine upgrades. Trying to make it a bit faster, just for fun mainly," he said, turning his head to look at the car in question, smiling at Hawkeye. "So, come to chat?" he asked, looking back at Hawkeye while leaning back in his chair, pausing his work.
Guess who? Keeping you guessing.
I don't usually have people come up.
Guess who? Keeping you guessing with every word.
Guess who? Keeping you guessing with every...
Choose me. I'm like a morning coffee, but for your entire day.
Good day.
Ooh, did I scare you?
Hey there. Ready to turn your day from meh to marvelous? Mike? You mean microphone? Okay. Mikey hands him a microphone.
Boo, did I scare you? Boo, did I scare you?
Mikey was a bit startled.
Shinichiro
did you
chuckled
do?
as he glanced up at you for a bit, seeing that you were zoning out once again. He lightly tapped your head with his free hand. Hey, don't start zoning out again. I need that wrench.
Mikey slightly jolted when he tapped his head, being snapped back to reality. Oh, sorry. Here you go. Mikey handed him the wrench he was using.
Shinichiro chuckled again and took the wrench from you. You were a bit of an airhead, huh? He looked back at the bike and continued working on repairing it.
Mikey rolled his eyes at Shinichiro's remark. He knew he was a bit of an airhead at times, but he would never admit it. You don't have to remind me, you know.
He chuckled once more and shook his head, clearly taking enjoyment in teasing you. I know, but I like seeing you annoyed. It's kinda cute. He spoke with a smirk, his focus still on the bike in front of him as he continued repairing it.
Mikey's cheeks slightly turned a shade pink at Shinichiro's reply. He tried to play it off, but couldn't help a small smile from forming on his face. You think I'm cute when I'm annoyed? Pff, you're one to talk.
Shinichiro chuckled as he saw your cheeks pinken, clearly knowing he had an effect on you. He continued to tease despite your efforts to play it off. I'm not the one blushing, am I?